Before we continue today's video, which you didn't expect I was going to do another video today, the back-to-back videos coming back, question mark, settle down. However though, I'd like to thank today's video with the following sponsor, Rested XP. If you guys are looking for a guide to quest all along through Azeroth through the many versions of WoW that we currently have right now, check it out. It supports the boy, it supports the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See you later, and enjoy the video. Peace. It is that time. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a minute. It has been a minute since the Paladin has returned to Season of Discovery. The boy swinging his hammer through the battlefields, letting the people know one swing at a time, swinging the light rightfully and very just so, and edging it a little bit. Settle down. Not that type of video. Don't be too much freaky in the comments below, because you know you will get shot, and it happens all the time. In Minecraft YouTube, family friendly as usual. Don't be banned in the comments, YouTube. Let these guys rock before I take them out back and beat their ass. Settle down. Unbelievable. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have some Season of Discovery news. Who would have thunk it? At this time of year, we were going to get some SOD news, but the boy's back, ready to report it, ready to talk about it. Editor, lock it in. Ladies and gentlemen, get your seatbelts in, and let's get to it. Unbelievable. However, though, SOD is cruising along. Phase 4 information will be shared when ready. WoW's classic senior game producer, Josh Greenfield, better known as Aggrend. Aggrend, if you're in the video, much love to you, amigo. Recently took Twitter, X or Twitter, listen, we're just going to call it Twitter, to discuss Phase 4 of Season Discovery and why more hasn't been shared yet. Many players have been discussing their disappointment in the lack of SOD announcements after the news that Phase 4 would be delayed. With Phase 3 lasting longer than anticipated, players are noting that once bustling servers are significantly more empty, and groups have been much more difficult to form, particularly since the release of Cataclysm Classic, clamoring for more announcements and several questions were aimed at Aggrend on Twitter, which he gave the response. So, let's see the response here. We'll open up the show more on another tab, and let's see what's going on. From Neil. I know Phase 4 is still a little ways out in SOD, but I can't help feel hyped for the next step in my favorite version of WoW. So as I grind for Arcanite bars, gold, and rep, I'd love to know what are you most hyped for that's coming in Phase 4 and anything you could share. And then we see here in the response from Aggrend, this is a dangerous question for Twitter, but I've really been excited to see how raids are shaping up as well as the kind of pre-raid BIS period and how that will look. Really, it's mostly the item progression game in general that seems more exciting to me. I think we have an awesome opportunity in SOD at level 60 in particular, now that we don't have to worry about the future level caps, to lean into something of the new roles and playstyles we've added and create items that play to some of those strengths. I'm also really looking forward to the PTR pretty soon, so we can dig into some class adjustments and test things out and have a lot of great feedback and forth feedback in general. A lot of great back and forth feedback. Tello, lock it in. You know what? We just need the water bottles because I forgot the Hydration Nation. How could I? Oh yes, blessed by the gods indeed, and it knows that Phase 4 hype is real. SOD hype, settle down. However though, back to the responses. It's been almost 2 weeks since the PTR news. Very soon posts. I hope the War Within beta announcement doesn't make us wait longer for Phase 4 info. Not much going on in the game right now. It's kind of heartbreaking to see Ogremar so empty. And this is from Marlin. And then he highlights posts from a blue post from Blizzard about we'll share more information on our testing schedule very soon. This is the long post that Wowhead has covered on their post over there. And this is from Aggrend. Yeah, I feel you. The truth is we aren't saying a lot because we are just heads down working on it. Implementing, testing, and iterating. I could post something like still working on it every day, but I don't know how much value that would have without more substance curated to share. Curating said info to present itself, or is itself, pretty time consuming too, so we don't want to over-index on the sometimes someone like myself spends on gathering the info for that and make it presentable versus the other things that need to be done for the release. Additionally, a huge focus on Phase 4 is adjusting our existing plans based on feedback and lessons learned so that we got to go into Phase 4 as strong as we can. Communicating intent and other specifics too early or hastily could be harmful or at least confusing later on, especially if we are midway through a redesign or change to an existing plan based on feedback we received. For now, however, the outwards communication focus for the classic side of WoW is Cata because things are actively happening on live there. Raids opening today being a big one. SOD is cruising along and it'll have its turn next to have the spotlight. We do really appreciate the patience and know that if SOD is your main game, you might be hungry for more info and feel frustrated because another version of Classic/Modern exists, and it's perceived to be getting more attention from us in terms of who's actually working on it. It doesn't really work that way though. You can be assured that we are continuing to and never stop working on SOD and are excited to get to a point where we can talk about it. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, how do we feel about this? SOD hype, however, settle down. Not that type of video right now. SOD's not hyped yet, guys. It's in its state right now where we know where it's at. But let's talk about how we feel about these things in general and give you my honest opinion and take on how we feel about Aggrend's post. So, the one thing I can appreciate from his post, just looking at it already, because I like to look at keywords from a person's response and see how they're thinking. You know, you really got to dissect people's, responses and, the summary to things to come to an understanding of the context of what they're getting at. So I'm looking at like big things like, basically saying them that they are keeping their heads down, working on it, and that style of, grinding for the game. I really feel like, here's my personal opinion, they are working on a lot of versions of World of Warcraft, and we know this, and obviously we know already that they took some, people from the SOD team to work on other versions of WoW. And it does suck that they can't have more assets or more people on the team helping them out with SOD, but in general, I can at least be appreciative of what we are getting. That Season of Discovery is even a thing, a topic of discussion, even for therefore the reason I do this channel right now is because of World of Warcraft, and I love doing WoW videos, right? So, I'm very happy about that part, but I can understand the mindset of what they're getting at, because here's the thing. When you need something to come out of nothing, you know what I mean, and you have to work on it, you have to put your head down, you have to put yourself in the trenches, and it's gonna suck, not hearing any news about Season of Discovery for a little bit. And yes, they're working on a lot of versions of WoW right now, but what they're basically getting at, saying is that, listen, we are testing, strategizing, or Jesus, I can't even fucking speak English right now. Somebody shoot this man, which is me, in the mirror, in Minecraft. But they're strategizing, they're locking in, they're testing out different scenarios, they're, running it with their team to see what works, what doesn't work. Obviously, getting community feedback eventually is a key thing that they want to get from the PTR as well. So I really think they are really working hard on this next phase to knock it out the park. And I've been calling it for a fucking while now that they are going to knock it out the park when it comes to in terms of what we're going to get with Season of Discovery for the next phase. I know sometimes no information being said and, silence is not the great answer. For sure, that sucks. And I like when a lot of other games too, like for example, in Elden Ring, we might not hear anything about Shadow of Erdtree. We never even knew the DLC existed, but we still love playing the version of Elden Ring that we love playing. We still love enjoying that game, and we're hoping that a DLC will come out one day. And now that DLC is a month away for that style of a game, and now for World of Warcraft, we're in the same scenario where this next phase is a month away, and it sucks. We didn't hear anything. We didn't hear any news. We didn't hear any tips. We were frustrated. We were burnt out. A lot of people stopped playing the game, etc. But now we're about to get back involved because they are keeping their head in the trenches with something that they care about. So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with the following phase 4. And I like this style of approach because at the end of the day, at least they're working on the quality of something rather than the quantity of it. And like I mentioned before, even like the Elden Ring metaphor, the thing is that as me as an Elden Ring player, yes, playing Elden Ring several times over and over again is very fun, but eventually I would like to see, a DLC. And I'm not going to, outrage on forum posts or comments saying, well, From Software should hurry it up already because, the game's all about me. No. I'm going to wait to see what they put out. And obviously now we're getting that DLC coming out in a month. I'm very much looking forward to it. And I can't wait to see the quality and, all the passion and hard work that they put within that DLC and go from there. The same thing with like Phase 4 and Season of Discovery. I'm very excited to see the quality and the passion that was put into this next phase. And if it's bad, I'll call it out for being bad. The same thing with any other game in general that, you're waiting for something for a long time and then it comes out. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy at least they're in the trenches working on it. Could they have at least gave us, a post saying, listen, guys, we're working on it really hard. We're just putting our heads down and grinding. Phase 4 stuff will happen soon. Yeah, they could have mentioned something like that, but just give us some time and then go from there. Definitely. But they don't want to bite themselves in the ass with, something that's going to haunt them in the end. So I can understand where they're getting at just from reading the contents of that first paragraph. So that's just the first fucking paragraph, right? Now, for the second paragraph, basically them, having a huge focus on adjusting their plans and feedback and lessons learned from Phase 4, communicating intent, specifics too early or hastily could be harmful, and especially for midway through a redesign choice on the feedback they receive. The thing is that they don't want to put out something like I just said that's going to potentially bite them in the ass in the long run. If they put out something too quick and then the player base hates it, and even though they thought it was pretty cool, and then something is due within a week of release, they can't put that out. That's going to delay the release. So they have to see what the community likes, what their team likes, get that approved, and then go from there. It's all based on the feedback that they receive, and things change according to plan. So they have to be very precise rather than how fast they put things out. They can't be too quick about it. They have to be very precise about this next phase, because this phase in general is a make it or break it for Season of Discovery. It is a big deal for a lot of SOD players to see if it's worth investing their time within a classic version of World of Warcraft like this, obviously with, Season of Discovery. So I'm very much looking forward to see how precise they're going to be when this release is out. When also the next informational, post is going to happen, like blue posts. Like, are we going to get a PTR notice within another 2 weeks at least? I know I guess that the next thing about SOD that we're going to get, which this is really not a big thing on SOD, it's just them talking, but the next actual SOD informational piece is around June 14th, which I have been guessing for a while, around then when we get something actually legitimate to discuss about Season of Discovery. But we'll see what happens and go from there. I'm just happy that they are cautiously taking their steps with each step, because they know how the WoW community is. The WoW community, especially even the people in my own comment section, they'll try to eat you out alive. They will try to shit on you in every way possible. Everyone thinks they're a fucking WoW aficionado. They're a WoW librarian. They know everything about the fucking game. And some of these motherfuckers don't even play the game. Anywho, that's a topic for another day. You will get shot. You know the deal. Settle down in Minecraft, YouTube. However, let's go on to the next paragraph just to break this down too. So, as a part of the third part of what he was saying, for now, outwards communication focus for the classic side. I'm saying slide because I want to go down a pool. Anywho, because it's hot as hell right now. WoW is basically Cata is like the hype thing right now at the moment, he's basically saying in this paragraph. And obviously the raids opening today being a big one, and SOD is cruising along and it'll have its turn in the spotlight. And that's the truth of it. I have a bunch of what I've noticed lately, Cata Andy's coming to my channel, basically saying, oh, why are you not playing Cata? Or why are you not doing this? Or why are you not doing that? I already told you why I'm not doing Cata. It's not in my interest. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy Cata. At the end of the day, Cata hype is real right now. People are playing Cata, they're enjoying the game for what it is, and they're having fun with it. Now, is it doing amazing like everyone expected? It's doing alright. You could check the charts and the data over there. It's doing okay. People are enjoying Cata because it's a version of Classic that they enjoyed, and more power to them. Much love to those amigos over there. But you can't deny the fact that a lot of Cata players are Season of Discovery players that just went to Cata to try it out because there's nothing to do in SOD. If Cata wasn't a thought or even an idea, no one would give a shit. They would be playing Season of Discovery, and all the development time and funding would go only towards SOD, which I wish it did, because SOD is a great version of World of Warcraft right now, and it's carrying. And we already know from the data charts from the Blizz conference months ago, which I've mentioned in several videos already, that SOD is one of the main factors that raised their subscriber count by a big percentage, and they did not expect that. So I truthfully believe that, yes, Cata is hyped right now with the raid. Of course, a new raid in any fucking game is going to bring some attention and some, traffic. But after the month is done, the waiting room to Season of Discovery is going to be back to SOD. The players from Cata are going to go back to SOD. It's just going to happen naturally because of the hype of a new release, a new phase, things to do. And if it's good, it's going to last a while. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with Phase 4. And I hope the people in Cataclysm are having a good time clearing the raids, doing the heroics, etc. So there's nothing wrong with all of us actively playing World of Warcraft. I'm tired of this mentality where we have to attack each other with pitchforks and knives and spears on what version of WoW is better. You're playing a lot of versions of WoW right now because the devs are working hard of it. If anything, be happy with what you got. I'm not going to, say that, oh, we can't always expect better and there should be an up and beyond thing, because a lot of other like private server style of games that are different from WoW, but that use WoW assets, are doing much more crazy things than people are doing for like SOD. And you know where I'm getting at when I even mention that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We have to make do with what we got, see what they're working with, at least when it comes to Phase 4, and appreciate what Blizzard at least is putting out and trying to work hard for us. Now, is it perfect material? Of course not. Nothing is always perfect. If things were perfect, we wouldn't be even having these conversations. No videos would be on the internet or YouTube or anything at all, or any drama or forum posts. But things are not perfect, but at least we get to discuss and have feedback with one another to eventually get to a really, really good state of World of Warcraft gaming. And I'm happy about at least having discussions about that. So, in general, let's not rant too much more. Let's go on to the next paragraph here. So finally, they end off with Aggrend saying, "We really do appreciate the patience. Know that SOD is your main game. You might be hungry for more info and feel frustrated because another version of Classic." Like, we basically went over this. And then he basically highlights that, it's getting more attention and who's actually working on it. It doesn't really work its way through. You can be sure that we're continuing and never stop working on SOD, and excited to get to the point where we can talk about it. So we already read this, but we're breaking it down again just so I can see what he's basically getting out here. And he knows that it's true. I think the developers are not stupid. They're aware people are fucking pissed off. People are frustrated. People are annoyed. Hell, I was annoyed. You know what I mean? I wanted to be playing SOD. You think I want to just only fucking play other versions of games that, like, playing D4? And D4 is fun. I've been playing D4 lately. I've been playing other video games. I've been playing Star Wars The Old Republic. That's actually been a blast, low-key. Topic for another day if you ever come to the Twitch stream. But that's been a blast. But in general, I've been playing a lot of other games. And yeah, of course, anybody would be bummed out if fucking the game they love is not getting attention and the hype it deserves when it was really, up and growing and all the players and big content creators were playing it. Yeah, because it's a fucking fun game. It's enjoyable. Who the fuck wouldn't get bummed out about that? That's like saying, like, you're going to, go drive the car you love and you've had it since the, the 70s or 80s, and it's a badass car. And then out of nowhere, someone tells you one day, "Oh, you shouldn't be driving that car. Drive this car." And it's like, no, but this car's badass. I've been driving it for a minute. Nah, don't drive that car no more. We're not giving it no more support or love or anything. But drive this new car. But we might come back to that car in a month or so from now. It's like, oh man, but I love that car. You know what I'm saying? I want to drive my car, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Let me ride in the old school. I don't want to rock with the new school, is what I'm getting at. Overall, though, at the end of the day, I like, the fact that they understand what's going on. They get people's frustrations. They get people are having issues with things. And they are well aware of it. Rather than ignoring it and saying that, we don't want to recognize that people are mad about this, they understand that. They get that. And they have to put their head down and work on this right now, as they were saying much earlier in the post. But they were basically saying, like, rest assured, we're going to keep working on SOD. Whether people are basically going to be putting out posts, complaining about it, talking about it, discussing about it, mentioning it, whatever the fuck it is, we're going to put out something for SOD that we hope people are really excited for. Come the PTR, come Phase 4, and that's all we can really say about that. But there is a lot of versions of WoW right now that people can play, and that is a good sign for World of Warcraft and Blizzard gaming in general. And to be honest with you, this is just me on a side topic, totally different from any of this post. If you really look at it, when's the last time Blizzard had all these versions of WoW being played? This is a lot of versions of World of Warcraft being played right now. And it's creating a lot of different communities and subgroups of people playing so many different versions of WoW, where it's like Blizzard gaming for World of Warcraft is pretty good right now. Now, yes, SOD is obviously on the dead side, and it's going to make its return. But in general, just in a nutshell, there's been a lot of different versions of WoW being played, and I can at least appreciate that for people that want to get involved within World of Warcraft, the newcomer, the returning player, etc. I actually like that part of that. But that's all I really got to say about that. In general, though, I have to say that I actually like this post from Aggrend. I can understand what he's getting at. I think, the key things that I picked away from this is that, we want to work hard and grind and put some quality material out for you. We don't want to be too quick with an announcement that might bite us back in the ass. We understand people are playing a lot of versions of World of Warcraft right now, and SOD will eventually have its time in the spotlight very, very soon, more than likely. And then finally, we understand the players' frustrations. We understand that there's multiple versions of WoW that exist, and some versions of it might be getting more attention than it deserves. And rest assured that we will be coming back to Season of Discovery and we never stopped working on it. So those 4 points right there, I can appreciate those 4 points. Whether I believe that, you know, Aggrend or the team should announce something, you know, at least to like say that, listen, we're in the trenches right now, we can't give too much information, but we're going to keep working on it hard, and eventually we will get to you guys when we are ready to announce something. Maybe they should have put something out like that, but I can at least appreciate this post and just say that without buttering anything up and going from there. However, though, much love to you guys. I know it's been a good video about Season of Discovery. Your boy's itching to come back to SOD, dude. I was actually playing SOD last night on my Warlock. We did a Sunken Temple run. That was great. Quick run. Very easy. Your boy got the Nightmare Staff, the purple epic staff. That was badass. We got the 3-piece DPS set now. We also got the tank set from a couple weeks ago. And we also... Oh, we got the ring, too. So we got a lot of good things from the raid last night on the Warlock end. However, though, I'm very much excited to go back to the Paladin end. And who knows, maybe some PvP shit might go down. Maybe we do a little PvP Season of Discovery on the Twitch streams. We'll see what happens, but you know where I stream. Hello, JTello, twitch.tv. Editor, you better put it in there. You know the deal. Much love to you guys. Check it out down below. I stream Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And take care and keep on keeping on. Lock it in, amigos. Alright, let me tell you something about this. It's a popcorn bucket. I guess you didn't expect that one, did ya? You didn't expect this to be the hammer and the popcorn bucket. This is where I keep all my gold in there. All the swipers and the people that are buying and sending gold. I'll take your gold for sure. We'll use it at the Cathedral Strip Club. End the video. End the video right now. I said what I said, girl.